Hey Andrew, what's going on? Andy here. Just give you a couple of things that we're working on again. So I think we're just getting a little too deep again in the backswing, and I'm just going to compare you a little bit to Keegan, just so you can kind of what you can feel, kind of get a little better. It's much better, right? But I think you still got to work on making more rotation and working pretty much eliminating a little bit of too much of that into our downswing. So notice here, if you watch your right elbow, right, just how deep it is behind your hip bone, okay? And watch when it comes down, just how much it kind of just drops vertically, and your left arm actually lowers and gets more across your chest. Right, so this is where, even if you're trying to maintain some, right arm bend and impact and trying to get rotation, it's not really matching with what your right arm's doing, because when your right arm gets this far behind you and your left arm starts loading across your chest like that, you actually have to still stall your upper body so your right arm can kind of straighten and thrust out, which is why we're still kind of seeing that kind of upper body stop, right arm just kind of super, super straighten. All right, so you should start trying to feel a couple more like Keegan here, right? Keeping the club just a touch more in front of him, right? And you can kind of see his right elbow where it's actually almost doing the opposite of what yours is doing, right? So yours is really far under, I say really supporting the club, but say that, but it's really, really deep behind you, where his elbow still hasn't really searched behind him at all. Right, so that's what's going to feel like to you. It's going to feel like your right arm's a little bit super straighter and like you have maybe a little bit less wrist set, but you're getting the idea that the right arm's staying more in front. Now, if you watch his transition, notice how there that arm can drop vertically then, right? But notice here how much it is in front of this little hip bone right here. Okay, so this is a recipe for coming in the golf ball, getting a good blend of rotation, and coming through the shot without getting too stuck. All right, so a couple moves that you can kind of work on. You can work on pretty much at this point here, feeling like the right arm's a touch more in front to right around there, right? With the shaft more in front of your chest as a feel, right? And then the top of your back, so you're gonna feel like the arms kind of work more underneath your body, which would be over here, and kind of out just a touch with a feel that way, right? So you're trying to feel like the left arm's kind of coming off your chest, kind of feel like it's kind of going out straighter almost. And you're just going to feel like the right arm's kind of working more under and in front of your rib cage as opposed to behind your rib cage still. All right, bud. So again, really look at how Keegan Bradely here kind of syncs that up. Right, gets to the top, and as he comes down, just how he starts getting that blended feel of how that right arm can then shallow externally rotate, which you already did really well, but the club doesn't get behind him at all. All right, and then we can start talking about some rotation stuff, but try really kind of feeling this move more for me, just so you start getting the idea about what you can do for yourself. All right, bud. Take care. See ya.